Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
He's tackled at the 30.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down now. It's Johnson, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
3rd and 11.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And from Galladay, that's complete. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, 68 yards. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown.
The kicker on for the point after.
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They did nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Eagles.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Eagle 1st down.
Wentz now on 1st down. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Number 20.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he will be blocked out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
17-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
The 30-yard line.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
36-yard line.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a...
Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Picked by Riley Harrison. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there.
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Lions 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Open man, he's got him to tight end Hockenson. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
At the 40,
Johnson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Johnson. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
At the 5-yard
Still
line.
all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And this carries into the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. He'll fire deep for Rager. He's got a man complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A before halftime. 45 yards. His throw incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to fire it. It's caught at the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And this carries into the end zone.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Oh, what a juke into space. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 88 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there, first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job.
This is intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Wentz now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That's out to the left and complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
It's a pickup of 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7 yards left for 2nd down, ball at the 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this offense continues to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Eagles 45, Lions 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 12 yards there and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Ball comes back to those defenders. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Avonte Maddox.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
And not much much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. He'll be back at the 36. That play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Again, it's Johnson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go with Johnson. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Carry on Johnson turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Now they'll run it on the toss. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That really sets them back. A loss of 6.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
First down.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. He was just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 13-yard line. On
play action, Wentz. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This is taken just shy of the 10. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
At their 48-yard line.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
And an Eagle.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So first and second down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air, because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grabbed
They should have put a stamp on me in the locker room.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing.
Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Trying to turn going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
at the 9-yard line.
Wentz to throw. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Eagles.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Philadelphia, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early